This week I'm discussing Rocking the Roles by Robert Lewis and William Hendricks. The roles of husband and wife can become blurred, especially in a society where women seem to dominate in every area. According to the book, the failure of the husbands to help with household chores was second only to money as a cause of resentment in a nationwide Roper poll of women's changing attitudes towards men. They explain that a role-less marriage doesn't work because, in a successful organization, members complement rather than imitate one another in their function. Everyone has his or her task to do, yet the role-less marriage tries to reverse that. Both partners are supposed to share everything, 50-50. The role-less marriage contradicts the plain teaching of the Bible. The Bible uses words like head, protect, and provide when speaking to husbands, and helper, lover, and submission when speaking to the wives. Scripture doesn't blend the genders together. It keeps them distinct. The husband's responsible for a specific kind of leadership, while the wife is responsible for a specific kind of support and nurture. The Bible is very clear about maleness and femaleness meaning something very important, something non-negotiable. A biblical marriage is a perfect blend of structure and equality, offering balance and beauty. The husband's role is a responsibility, not a privilege, a service, not being served, and support, not superiority. The wife's role revolves around being helping and loving. Without these contributions, her husband and children will be at a great loss. She offers them a one-of-a-kind support and nurturing that no one else can provide. The biblical role for a wife is the way of wisdom. It is not something she should view as optional, but as non-negotiable. Husbands who are not leading in turn have wives that are not nurturing in ways advocated by Scripture. For me, nurturing does not come naturally. My mother was very cold and not loving, so it is more of a learned behavior in my case versus a natural behavior. The role of headship for a husband is responsibility, not rank, sacrifice, not selfishness, duty, not domination. Your role as a husband is to lead by seeking your wife's best, even at your own expense. The book discusses 25 ways to be a servant leader in your marriage, and a quiz follows to help you see where you are in your role as a servant leader. What every wife needs to succeed is companionship, security, significance, and emotional responsiveness. The woman's core role is helper. We need to learn the words that express realities that are behind much of the activity in a man's life. They are identity, insecurity, and performance. What every husband needs to succeed are admiration, support in his work, in public, and through the seasons of life. He also needs companionship, sharing interests, to share his dreams, physical responsiveness, and study your man. Observe him in his likes and dislikes. Broaden your knowledge base. Read books like His Needs, Her Needs by Willard Harley, The Art of Understanding Your Mate by Cecil Osborne, and Men and Marriage by George Gilder. There are the top 5 most discouraging male headship models mentioned. They are irresponsible headship, emotionally detached headship, dictatorial headship, workaholic headship, and the spiritually apathetic headship. There is hope for these marriages, but it will take a lot of work. Marriage is no different than a job. There's a manager, God. We are a team with a clear job description. How willing are you to allow God to manage your marriage will determine the success or failure of your marriage. Whether you have a happy marriage or a miserable one, it will not be successful or happy without God in the equation. I challenge you this week to take a long, hard look at your marriage and determine whether it is a win-win marriage, a 50-50 marriage, or a marriage with no specific roles at all. If you feel it is in dire need of help, I suggest building your library today with this book and other resources mentioned, along with checking into Family Life, Marriage Today, and Dr. James Dobson on Family Talk online to gain more resources and podcasts that can help turn your marriage around today.